ladies and gentlemen, it's time for more Ninja Turtles action. It is time for the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time. Don't you go anywhere. Get back here. That's right. All about my man Donatello. Oh no! Ha ha ha. Alright. Man, that jump kick's quick. There we go. Always Donatello. Well, I'm not gonna say always. Fight! Don's my preferred, but, you know. I do occasionally swap to other turtles for variety's sake or whatnot. But Don is the primary. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. You know what? Didn't really need it, but we're going to eat the pizza anyway just for the sake of it. Oh, what a punch. Oh no, big huge crane. But yes, folks, it is still March, and it is still Turtles Month. That's right. Or at least Green Month. Possibly Turtle Month all month long. If my game library behaves. If not, we'll find some other mean green and on-the-scene type characters. Yeah, there you go. You like it, don't you? Ah, okay, I'm starting to get sloppy here. There we go. Yay, more pizza! This time I actually do need it. Alright, let's go ahead and have our pizza. Terminate the turtles! Ooh, we get Flybackster Stopman from the beginning this time. Remember last week when we played the first arcade beat-em-up, although it was the NES port, we had Human Baxter and Flybackster. This time it's just Flybackster. Come on. There we go. You got a smacky hand. Got a smacky hand. Well, I got a jump kick. What do you think about that? Up. He's down to 1 bar. Come on. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. Get out of here. Woo! Look at that. Scene 1 clear. Cowabunga! Alley Cat Blues. But yes. And of course, as you saw from the Turtles 4 logo, this is the Super Nintendo port of Turtles in Time officially. So good times. Ha ha ha. Clear the room here. There we go. Gotta fight smart. Played so many beat 'em ups on this channel. Should know better by now. This cave is creepy. Haha. But it's a sewer, not a cave. Oh, it's my buddy, the Roadkill Rodneys from the first game. It looks so much better in 16-bit. Still dead. Still exploded. Yeah. What you want? You got nothing. You got nothing. You think you got something, but you don't have something. Oh no. Woo! Precious pizza! Ah, he got me. I was off rhythm. Phantom April telling me to fight on. Woo. Metalhead! Bad Metalhead, you Robo Turtle. I remember Metalhead. Metalhead's been in a lot of continuities. What you got, huh? Little Robo Turtle. You're a wannabe turtle. You are not real reptile. You are simply a pretender to the throne of Turtle. That is why I shall beat you this day. Beat you like the fake turtle you are. Beat you with my wooden stick. More splodies. Yay! Cowabunga! It's showtime. Oop. There it goes. There we go. Note that this is a bonus stage, and this is not the cliche token sewer level. That will come later, my friends. I think. If I'm remembering right. I believe so. I don't know, maybe this is it. I didn't play this one as much as I did the arcade game or even Manhattan Project. Ah, mines! No mines! Mines hurt the toes. Which I guess they're not really mines, since they don't explode. I guess they're more just like... Oh, the pizza creatures from the cartoon! But yes, for you Turtles in Time players, since this is not really a thing, I did switch the visuals to the comic book form, so we could have, yep, because I like Donatello more with the darker green skin. I think it just stands out better with the purple. Oh, okay, yeah, because there's the Rat King fight, so maybe this is the only token sewer stage. It's like baby's first beat 'em up game. Tells you exactly where to hit the thing. You don't want to hit him here. Well, I guess you could, but officially you're supposed to hit there. Now we know who hit all the... through all those spike balls, those little sewer shuriken things. There he goes, and he's down. Cowabunga! Technodrome! This is like the earliest in any game that you go to the Technodrome. It's really weird that way. But it's part of the whole storyline sequence and the time travel excuse. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. I know we're still early in the game, but I'm just going to get out of the way, and then we'll go in the detail part later for this. But I'm going to say this. This is not, you know, a lot of people place this game high on the classic Turtle games list. A lot of people even put it at #1 are like, oh, this is the best of the classic Turtle games, the classic Konami era. I don't. Like, you know, I grew up on the arcade game. So that's always got the most nostalgic value for me, because I didn't own this game as a kid. I think my cousin had it, and we played it some at his house, but otherwise it was just... But, you know, but yeah, Turtles 2 has the most nostalgic value for me. As I said, there were periods of time where I was playing it practically every day. And... Whew, so many enemies here. For stage level, you know, layout and visuals and whatnot, well, not so much visuals, because the graphics are better on this one, but, you know, as far as, like, the stages and how, you know, how interesting they were to play through, I like the Manhattan Project. That's why it was the first of these classic beat-em-ups we played. And it's just kind of a thing. So, I do like that bomb item, though. You know, I like... there's a lot of things I like about this game. We'll talk about it. But just... if I really had to rank the classic Konami era games, I would probably put this at like two or three. I would, you know, just depending on how much I want to give to the arcade game port. You know, it's oh, Token Razor from Secret of the Ooze movie. Oh, I guess right. I forgot I can't hit the door. Oh, you guys were so much fun. Just really sad that we didn't. You know, I think one of the later series used a version of Toka that was not connected to the shredder. Ah, nice breath. But, you know, we had him in this game. We had him in Manhattan Project. I think they were in Hyperstone Heist, too. Oh, and see, they transform back, just like in the second movie. We got to see them as peaceful little animals again. But yeah, I wish they had done more with them officially. Like, I would have liked to see them as major players in one of the cartoon series. Like, I know the original cartoon series had Bebop and Rocksteady, but you know, especially about midway through the series show, nobody took Bebop and Rocksteady seriously anymore because, you know, we knew they were cannon fodder comedy characters. We knew they were not going to be major threats to the Turtles. It's like Shredder. By by that last season that they used Shredder full time, nobody took him seriously, even as little kids. I'm like, okay, we're still fighting Shredder. That's one of those reasons why I kind of quit watching the show. I got sick of them beating the Shredder every week. It was a little too, you know, repetitive. It's like you can have a major arch rival, but it's like some of the best Superman stories didn't involve Lex Luthor. Not as the main threat, not as the manipulator behind it. There's some great Superman Luthor stories, but you know, there was also an era where there's also been eras where Lex Luthor has not been constantly at Superman's side, and you know, it encourages the writers to be more creative. It's like that's one of the criticisms I give to the Fantastic Four as something like we've had 3 Fantastic Four movies in the modern era. All 3 of them have involved Doctor Doom in a major way. But he's not the only... Oh, God. So this is part of why this is not my favorite game in the Turtle series. Like... you have to... The only way to hit Shredder is you have to do that screen throw thing, which is not naturally intuitive. Like, I know the basic controls of how it's done, but I've never just been able to perfectly do it on cue consistently. So this fight takes way longer than it should for me. And it just brings it down, because it's a neat idea. But it's like, I'm sorry, the first level of Battletoads did it better, where it shoots the rock at you, and you pick up the rock and throw it, and you just auto-aim the rock. Because it's like... Okay, there we go. There's another one. Because it's like, that's the point. It's a neat effect. It's visually cool looking. Especially when Battletoads did it on the NES. And I don't remember which game technically did it first. There we go. There we go. Okay. Almost starting to get a rhythm on this. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's starting to be slightly more consistent. See, now that I'm almost there, I'm losing it again. Come on, I just need to do it a couple more times. But yeah, it's just, to me, it makes you it's just more thought than you should have to put into a beat-em-up boss fight. Alright, I think one more will do it. Because it's like you're sitting here, you're trying to pay attention to the exact controls you're doing. You know, it would have helped if it was just a clear-cut command, like, oh, hit up in this button, like, you know, or, oh, hit these two buttons together. It's like, no, nothing does that. It's just, you have to be just in the, oh, okay, there it goes. You have to be in just the perfect spot next to the enemy after you stun them, and it's, ugh. That part was cool, though. Like, graphically, that fight looks great, but it's just, there's just too much going on. And now we get sent through time. Because the game's called Turtles in Time. Prehistoric Turtlesaurus! Woo! Alright, so people have been paying attention to everything. We'll notice that, yes, I have died a couple times, but I have not actually lost lives. Yes, like last week with the arcade game one, I'm using an infinite lives cheat because I want to show the whole game. Because this is a showcase thematic month. And because realistically, look, I don't... Everybody, my grandmother from my generation has played this game and Turtles arcade game to death. Turtles 2 to death. It's not bragging rights to beat this game, you know. Plus, as I said, I kind of set a standard with 3 and Hyperstone Heist, which, yes, does not get a numbering when I talk about it because it was on the Genesis, so it's kind of... It's not part of the Nintendo Turtles line of succession. But yeah, when I ended up beating 3 and then Hyperstone Heist, it's like, okay, we love the Turtles on this channel. We love the Turtles games. We've beaten the game, the first 2 games that we played, not counting the Tournament Fighters exhibition because it was a fighting game and I royally suck at those, and the Genesis version was beyond hard. Like, I got my butt handed to me by the Genesis version. Super Nintendo one's kind of tricky too, honestly. Like, it's like NES is the easiest, then Super Nintendo, then Genesis. It's the hardest. But yes, as far as the core series beat-em-ups, it's just, yeah, we play the whole game. So, feel free to bust on me in the comments about cheating, but I'm laying it out. I am not lying about it. I never claimed I was going to beat this game because I'm incredible at it. No, we're having a fun, relaxing time tonight. Playing some Turtles in Time. Bloop, bloop. Ooh, there we go. Had a little bit of lag for a second there. Oh, well, now I don't need the pizza. I just died. But yes, so got that out of the way. But in general, yes, this is the Turtles game with the time travel plot. I know, April, I gotta fight. And I really, that's part of the other reason I don't consider this game to be the best of the series. It is a very fun game. I do recommend anybody that likes, classic beat 'em ups. Oh, slash. Your history, slime balls. Speaking of bad turtles. Yeah, that's right. He's the jerk that blocks. This is going to take a minute. He knows how to block. He's a double jerk. There we go. But yeah, as somebody who does a lot of reading and television watching and movie watching, time travel is just the cliche. I'm tired of seeing it in fiction. It's like very rarely is it done right, and very rarely does it not feel just lazy writing. Just, oh yeah, here we're just gonna do a time travel plot because it's fiction, and fiction does time travel stories. You are like just the biggest jerk, Slash. Except you were awesome in IDW. Why are you so awesome in IDW, but you're just a dork in every other continuity? Oh, wait, because the IDW comics are the best Turtles thing ever made. I'm going to go there. Look, I got all the respect in the world for the Mirage continuity, especially that first volume. But, you know what? Let's just say it. There was some rough stuff going on in Mirage. Like, Eastman and Laird were young creators. The whole thing started off as basically a satire of a lot of the comics being done at the time. The extra dark take on Daredevil. Batman was establishing its dark feel after the, having enough time having passed from the Adam West days for people to be ready for that more mature, darker take on Batman, which is, a thing that the character definitely benefited from, but yeah, it's like a lot of stuff was being figured out in the Mirage days. And then Kevin Eastman comes back and he does the IDW run, along with some brilliant artists and great editor. I mean, the entire staff is wonderful. But it's like, in a lot of ways, the IDW run feels like it's the book Eastman wanted to write when he was younger. It's like, it feels like the Mirage continuity took the best stuff that the different cartoons and the movies did to add to the concept of the Turtles, and Eastman's maturation as a person and a writer, and said, you know what, this is what the Turtles should be. There you go. Hey, you done? You done? There you go. Go Splody. Get out of my way, Slash. Yeah, so it's like the IDW feels like the culmination of everything that came before. And I love it. I really do. I've read most of the series, except for some of the most recent trades I've acquired. I'm still a couple trades behind, but some of the more recent ones I've picked up, I haven't had the time yet to read through it twice, but yes. Every older person who grew up with the Ninja Turtles needs to give the IDW run a shot. I mean, definitely that first volume where we see the Turtles coming together, meeting April, the introduction of Old Hob, who's one of the best antagonistic but not purely evil characters in Turtles lore of any continuity. Heck, maybe just comics in general. Like, just, he's a damaged, broken character. And it's just, he's done stuff that has been, that's helped a lot of people out. But when everything's said and done, he's selfish. He is a selfish old mutant alley cat. Ugh, God, they're just swarming me. And these stunning planks. Ugh, not liking this pirate ship level. Maybe it's just because I'm distracted, because I'm spurging too much. But yeah, there's, you know, I've done a vlog video on that I highly invite you to check out, going through the different comics piecemeal. But basically, you have the Mirage run, which has a few different volumes that kind of went for a while, took a break, came back. You have the Archie run, which was released during the height of the classic cartoon. Dreamwave had a run with the second cartoon in the early 2000s. And you have the IDW run, which has done some, you know, fabulous work. Oh yeah, and then there was the Image run, which was kind of... It was originally intended to be a continuation of the Mirage run, and it does pick up where after the first Mirage hiatus, but then the stuff done in the Image run, just when Eastman and Laird started up writing the books again, just they weren't happy with what was done in the Image run by the other writers, so they kind of let it hang loose as its own continuity. Woo! God, it's freaking... need to get... God, once you get caught in the swarm, it's so hard to get loose because of my long-distance attackers here. It's like as soon as you get away from the close-up guys, the distance ones to hold you down so they can catch up again. There we go. There's really a sequence where you need that second player to have your back. But it's alright. We made it through it because we have infinite lives and infinite patience. Did you just punch me so hard I spun around in place? You rock soldier jerks. But yeah, that's so yeah, I mean, I have plenty of you're walking the plank, shell brains. There's my buddies Rocksteady and Bebop. So that's what I'm saying. The video game's got it right. You can have Rocksteady and Bebop. You can have Toka and Razor. There's no reason you have to have them all. You know, you have to have one or the other. Everybody can play together. Actually, I think I think the cartoon did have like one story arc, one episode, maybe couple, with Toka and Razor as basically just acknowledgement of the movie. But, I mean, there were different versions, of course, but, yeah, they didn't give them any, like, real major. They could have, like, imagine if you had the movie version of Toka and Razor, which I never understood that sequence. Like, you beat them, but the actual ending animation is they turn on each other and knock each other out. I don't... like, I get they were trying to go for they're like the cartoon version where they're really stupid. But it just came off as weird and awkward. You know, if it had been a special boss fight where that was your strategy the whole time, was you had to trick them into hitting each other until they... But no, it's just something they threw in afterwards to make that boss fight feel unique, and it's just awkward. I don't like it. I can't say I don't like it. I feel neutral about it. I don't love it. But yeah, there's a lot of Ninja Turtles. You can pick your own continuity. Different comics, different cartoon shows. Just all based on how you like to play through things. Woo! I will will admit the train level is very visually appealing. You got the rapidly moving background. You got the up and down motion because, you know, you're on train tracks and trains kind of rock and bounce around as they travel. I know what you are, dude. Like, the first time was a good disguise. Second go round, I already know what the dealio is. You're not fooling anybody, mate. You're really not. Whee. And the spin kill again. There we go. But yeah, so it's just, you know, there's, and I don't know what's up with the streaming rights. I know Nickelodeon currently owns the Turtles because they made the most recent cartoon series, and I know I believe they now have the movie rights because, you know, Paramount did the last ones, and as I've said, by all means, go watch my movie reviews if you want to know my opinion of the Paramount movies, my opinions of the criticisms of the Paramount movies. I'm not getting into that rant right now. All I'm going to say is there are times where I'm in the mood to watch the Paramount versions, and I enjoy them when I'm in that mood. Sometimes I like the flavor of the original movie. Sometimes I like my Secret of the Ooze. Probably should have waited until the bad guys were here to do that. Make the rock explode! And I don't mean Dwayne Johnson. Now you all fall to the might of Donatello. But no, what I was starting to say there was I don't know what the ownership's standing on the three original, or not the original, but the three previous cartoons, because you have the early 90s cartoon, you have the 2000, I think it was 3 cartoon that Fox did. You have the 2012 one, which I think was, I don't remember who did. I think that might have been the first one Nickelodeon did, but I don't know. I'd have to look see who did the 2012 one, because I didn't watch too much of that one. I gave a couple episodes a try. I probably should. But that's my point, is like, I don't know who owns those shows currently after the Nickelodeon buyout of the General Turtles IP. But I would, whoever, you know, I would like to see them all end up on one streaming channel. Like one of the major streaming apps, because come on, Bayou boy. You almost down. Let's finish this off. I beat you in every other game. I'm going to beat you in this one. Because I'm smart and you're not. I'm a turtle and you're a gator. I'm from New York and you're from the New Orleans area. As I said, Bayou. There you go. Get out of my way. But yeah, just because I think it would benefit the newer audiences to have easy access to the older shows, and so they can, you know, they can realize how deep the Turtles franchise goes. I think the original one you can get on a complete series DVD. I don't know about the other series. I haven't investigated that. I know. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is a good use of the future, the whole hover thing. as a variant on the sewer surfing. And as I said, it was I think it was the 2003 series. Yeah, they had the like entire season where they were in the future, and then and that's when it got kind of weird because like they had a season written out and worked on that they ended up not using those episodes or whatever, and so they had and they went back and aired them later or some. I forget exactly what, but the idea was that there was stories written by the staff that were not originally shown when they were meant to be shown, which happened in the original series. There were like episodes that were animated and scripted and then aired later in the season than they were intended to be, or like a season later at some points, or couple times, I believe. It's a deep issue, but yes, ultimately, if it's legally feasible, even if you have to spend a little bit more money there, I see you, Krang. Come on, I ain't scared of you. Oh, we have whooped a lot of Krang over these past couple games. Yes, you can call yourself Super Krang all you want. All I see is a brain and an ugly puppet. Yeah, give me that little robot body. I ain't scared of the robot body. I get that robot body. You can have all the wings you want, you ugly little Batwing looking punk. Yeah, I'll smack you right in your little brain stomach. What you got? Tear it up. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah. Get it. But yes. Whatever streaming app Nickelodeon's affiliated with, or if they're not, get affiliated with somebody. But spend the money, get the streaming rights to all things Ninja Turtles. You know, the 6 movies, 4 different TV shows counting the next Mutation, which, come on, it only ran for a season. It's not that many episodes. Starbase, where no turtle has gone before. Ha ha ha. We're still in the future. Even as many years has passed since the game came out, this is still the future. I always found that I do find that funny when you play some of these retro games, or I watch some of my childhood movies where it's like, oh, in the far off future of, and I'm like, bro, that was like 10 years ago. That is my only problem. I'm gonna say it. That's my only problem with watching Terminator 2, which is a brilliant movie, best in the entire series. By far. One of the greatest examples of how to do a good time travel story. I mean, you can't fully appreciate it unless you've seen The Terminator, because they reference the events of that first movie, as they should, since it's a sequel. It has an impact on Sarah Connor as she's portrayed in the second movie, as it should. But it is an incredible movie. They talk about the Judgment Day occurring in 1997, and even when the movie came out, that was only like 6, 7, 8 years away. I mean, it was less than a decade away, because the movie came out in, I think, the early 90s. It wasn't some far off thing where the people watching the movie in theaters were never going to live to see it. It's like, oh yeah, no, the apocalypse is coming in 8 years, and it's like it was suspenseful to consider at the time, But now it's like, dude, that was 25 years ago. That's not, like, it dates the movie unnecessarily. I mean, yes, you can watch the movie and tell it was made a long time ago, just by the nature of the special effects and the technology present. You know, you can tell the movie took place in the 90s, but yeah, just hearing over and over in the movie, 1997's when it's all gonna end, is just so it just takes me out of the movie when I rewatch it in modern times. But I love the whole paradox of creating Skynet, where it's like, oh yeah, we were able to figure out the technology to make Skynet because the company took the chip from the Terminator from the first movie and gave it to us to reverse engineer, and we're not saying we wouldn't have figured out this tech, but we figured it out, a good 20 years earlier than we would have. So it's like, but wait a minute. If that's the truth, then Skynet would have never been able to come online in 1997 unless unless the old Terminator had already gone back in time to leave behind the wrecked parts so they could reverse engineer them. So, it's that paradox of you can't change the past because you've already been to the past. So whatever you did has already, in your present, has already happened. So it's part of what created your present. Which, Futurama did it well with the whole, in the earlier seasons, because, God, that's another thing. I can't believe they're bringing that show back again. But yeah, where they had that brief time, where they did the one time travel episode, and then, like, a season later, or I don't know, I'd watch most of it after the fact, so I don't know if it was a full season later, but a good chunk of time later, after multiple episodes had happened in between, they did the whole thing where it was like, oh yeah, no, the time travel was supposed to happen because Fry had to mess with his own family tree. Yeah, spoilers for that episode. I'm not going to tell you exactly how, but Fry ends up inserting a specific thing in his family's ongoing DNA, inherited genetic trait that meant in the time that Futurama takes place in, Fry would have that genetic trait that he would need to save the universe. So it's like, oh, he was manipulated into going back in time and doing that. Second Krang fight. So if the first one was Super Krang, is this UFO Krang? Or is, like, Ultra Krang? I'd say Mega Krang, but I'm pretty sure Capcom has the whole Mega adjective on lockdown. The fighting robot, doo-doo-doo, Mega Man, doo-doo-doo-doo, this isn't his game, doo-doo-doo-doo, it's not Capcom, doo-doo-doo-doo, the fighting turtles, doo-doo-doo-doo, Capcom, Konami made. I can't get my lyrics straight. Trying to track UFO Krang. Yeah, I hope he's gonna abduct me and put those tentacles somewhere very private and unwanted. Because that's what aliens do. Probing. Yeah, I don't want to. Nobody wants a Krang probe. He is just not a classically attractive person, or doesn't even have that great a personality to boot. Technically, she makes more power. Maybe. So much, so good, so good. Now I got that theme stuck in my head. Can't believe I did that to myself. You are not Dr. Wily. That is not a Wily machine. Do not put that song in my head, Krang. I gotta think of Ninja Turtle songs. Ninja, ninja, rap. Ninja, ninja, rap. Doot, doot, doot. I love that sequence. That may be the best. Except for Toka and Razor just like randomly destroying a city street so Shredder could blackmail the Turtles. Like, which was brilliant show off of their strength and general personality. You know, Master says play, and then they just like rip apart telephone poles and everything. It's like, yeah, they have been taught improper things. But yeah, except for that sequence, which was just a, you know, fun, happy little sequence. Don't train your mutants to be living weapons of evil. The whole nightclub sequence with the improv ninja rap by Vanilla Ice. With the Turtles fighting the foot in the club and dancing while they're doing it. That is just an enjoyable sequence. It's like you can't... Sometimes I'll just watch that sequence online, just by itself. That hole's our way home. Let's go! Yes, we just had a weird conversation about alien brain creatures probing us. And now we're going to talk about getting in the hole. Oh, the humor just ruins itself. The final shell shock. Return to the Technodrome. Super Shredder! Again, more Movie 2 references. I'm telling you, like, people talk about how Secret of the Ooze was not as good as the first movie. But, I mean, God, at the time, it made so much money. And it was just such a thing for the Turtles franchise. Oh, he is whooping my butt. I'm not doing well against Super Shredder right now. I gotta focus. I need to time my shots here. Ah, God, it's just... He just goes straight from one attack to another, and he does that, like... Speaking of Capcom, he does that M. Bison pseudo-teleport thing. You... Is that a thing? Has there ever been like a licensed comic where Shredder met M. Bison? Like, I feel like the two would get along. I know Street Fighter had that crossover comic with G.I. Joe. I didn't read it yet. I may read it one day, but Retro Mutagen. He goes into that flaming aura so quick. It's like this is where like you need I'm sorry, but this is where I'm going to criticize the game for a little bit. They really needed like a throwable weapon or something, like something you could like some barrels you could knock into him while he's in flaming aura mode or something, because it's just the window of attack is so short on him, and it's like he's got the green attack, which is the D Mutagen, which is an automatic life kill. He's got the flames, he's got see that one right there. He's got the ice arrows for attacking from the air. See, there we go. Hitbox. Like, he has 3 already major attacks. This flaming aura teleport out of the way thing. Oh, God, you can't do anything to him while he's moving. Like, you have to catch him in the brief second before he powers up. It's just, it's such a small window for a beat-em-up boss. It's like, it's just so unforgiving. That's why I don't play. I mean, I'm not a good enough beat-em-up player to get to him with the standard number of lives they give you, but even if by some dumb luck I did, I mean, this fight is just so... Compared to every other boss fight in the game, like, Slash is annoying because he likes to block, but honestly, it's just a matter of, okay, you just gotta kind of get behind him so he doesn't see the strike coming. Like, it's still, once you recognize he's gonna block, unlike some of the other bosses, it's not a bad fight. Like, none of the other fights really require a whole lot of blatant thinking, except maybe that whole throw at the screen thing with Shredder. That's what I'm saying. Both Shredder fights just... The first one's because of a bad mechanics thing, but this second one, this is just OP. It's like, this is the hardest thing in the game, so above and beyond anything else it does. It's like, everything else feels like, you know, a pretty decent difficulty curve thing. But this fight alone is just... It's like the difficulty curve turned into a difficulty pole and just went straight up. Like Corrin's Tower or some nonsense. Yeah, there's a Dragon Ball Z reference for the night, folks. It's like we went from a gentle sloping hill, you know, that little mountain Goku lives at, where, oh yeah, you can chill and train and run around, to, oh, now the difficulty curves Corrin's Tower and just goes straight up beyond anything you can see. There you go. Beat you by sheer stubbornness and infinite lives. If I hadn't lost any other life in that game, I would have lost from trying to do that sequence. Very impressive for such young students, but the final test in your training lies ahead. Oh yeah, that's, yeah. Here's your classic video game logic there, where they took 33 minutes to... Now see, that doesn't sound right, because I'm looking at my recording time, and we're right bang at an hour. So how's he going to say the game time was only 33 minutes? I didn't take that many intermission pauses. Alright, let's just check out a couple of the other game modes real quick. No, that's just time trial. I don't care about time trial. Let's see, can I fight against the computer? I mean, hold on real quick. Reset game. There we go, versus mode. We're just going to look at versus mode real quick. Okay. I don't think I have that option. Okay. Okay, we're just going to BS this fight real quick, but... Yeah, if you got your buddy with you, you can do a little mini version of a fighting game. So the four turtles practice their sparring. Cowabunga! And my little win marker's a pizza slice, because the turtles like pizza. Yeah, I like how the two turtles you don't pick are chilling out, you know, behind the scenes watching. So it's like, yeah, it's sparring. You're supposed to pay attention, because you're supposed to be learning something even if you're not actively competing. But specifically, this is the same room that we saw the ending sequence in, where I was told, hey, you should have done this on hard mode. which I had the infinite live codes I could have done, but I didn't think about it ahead of time. I forgot it was going to tease you like that. But yeah, that's the little versus mode they threw in as a little bonus. And that's pretty much going to wrap us up for this night. As I said, next week, just depending on how things work out. Yeah, this one was done under the Konami banner, not the Ultra games that some of the older ones were done under. So, but again, Ultra was just Konami under a special name. Yeah, like this game came out in '92. That's what I'm saying. This is how old things were with the Turtles franchise. But yeah, next week we may have some more Turtle games. I may do something else that's still part of the whole Green March theme. It's gonna depend on my game library and how well it feels like behaving with being streamed and being recorded. So if things behave, we're gonna have a nice little treat. Potentially. If not, you know what? We're still gonna have a nice little treat, but it won't be the same treat. So we'll figure it out. But for now, I'm gonna sign off. Please subscribe. Come back every week. Tell your friends. Because the Ninja Turtles are forever. So is our fandom of them. And there are always more fun games from that classic library to play. So we're going to do that every single week. Join us.